Logic puzzles are a fun and challenging way to exercise your brain, sharpen your critical thinking skills, and test your IQ. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned puzzle solver, these brain teasers can help improve problem-solving abilities and enhance cognitive functions. Here's a list of 10 intriguing logic puzzles that will put your intelligence to the test. 1. The missing dollar puzzle. 3 friends check into a hotel and pay $30 for a room. Later, the hotel clerk realizes that the room rate was actually $25, so he sends the bellboy with $5 to return to the friends. The bellboy, unsure of how to divide $5 among 3 people, gives them $1 each and keeps $2 for himself. Now, each friend has paid $9, totaling $27, and the bellboy has $2, making a total of $29. Where is the missing dollar? Solution: the trick is in how the amounts are being added up. The $27 that the friends paid includes the $25 for the room and the $2 the bellboy kept. There's no missing dollar, it's simply a misdirection in the puzzle's phrasing. 2. The 2 doors puzzle. You're in a room with 2 doors, one leads to freedom, and the other leads to danger. There are 2 guards, one who always tells the truth and one who always lies. You can ask one question to one guard to determine which door leads to freedom. What question do you ask? Solution: ask either guard. If I were to ask the other guard which door leads to freedom, which door would they point to? Then, choose the opposite door of the one they indicate. This works because the truth teller will point to the wrong door the liar would point to, and the liar will point to the wrong door the truth teller would point to. 3. The river crossing puzzle. You have a wolf, a goat, and a cabbage, and you must cross a river. You have a boat, but it can only carry you and one other item. If you leave the wolf with the wolf will eat the goat. If you leave the goat with the goat will eat the cabbage. How do you get them all across safely? Solution: first, take the goat across. Return alone and take the wolf across. Bring the goat back. Then, take the cabbage across and return alone for the goat. Now, all 3 are safely across. 4. The light bulb puzzle. You're in a room with 3 light switches, each connected to a light bulb in another room. You can flip the switches any way you want, but you can only enter the other room once to check the bulbs. How do you determine which switch controls which bulb? Solution: flip the first switch and leave it on for a few minutes. Then, flip it off and quickly flip the second switch on. Enter the room. The bulb that's on is controlled by the second switch. The bulb that's off but warm is controlled by the first switch, and the bulb that's off and cold is controlled by the third switch. 5. The 100 prisoners problem. 100 prisoners are lined up in a row, each with a hat that is either black or white. Each prisoner can see the hats of the people in front of them, but not their own hat or the hats of the people behind them. The prisoners must guess the color of their own hats, and they can only say black or white. If they guess correctly, they survive. If they guess incorrectly, they are executed. What strategy can they use to ensure that at least 99 prisoners survive? Solution: the prisoners agree on a strategy where the first prisoner calls out the color of the hats based on an agreed upon parity rule. For example, the first prisoner says black if the number of black hats in front of them is odd, or white if it's even. Then, each subsequent prisoner uses the information from the previous guesses to deduce their own hat color, ensuring 99 survivors. 6. The Monty Hall problem. You're on a game show with 3 doors. Behind one door is a car, and behind the other 2 doors are goats. After you choose a door, the host, who knows what's behind each door, opens one of the remaining doors to reveal a goat. The host then asks if you want to switch to the other unopened door or stay with your original choice. What should you do to maximize your chances of winning the car? Solution: you should always switch doors. Initially, there's a 1/3 chance you pick the car and a 2/3 chance you picked a goat. After the host reveals a goat, switching gives you a 2/3 chance of winning the car, while staying only gives you a 1/3 chance. 7. The hat color puzzle. 5 people are lined up and each is wearing a hat that is either red or blue. They can see the hats of the people in front of them, but not their own. They are told that at least one of them is wearing a red hat. The person at the back of the line is asked if they know their hat color. They say, no. The second person says the same. This continues until the first person is asked, how do they know their hat color? Solution: the first person knows that if no one else can figure out their hat color, then they must be wearing a red hat. If they were wearing a blue hat, the second person would have been able to deduce their color based on the other's reactions. Thus, the first person is wearing a red hat. 8. The 3 coins puzzle. You have 3 coins. One is heads on both sides, one is tails on both sides, and the third is heads on one side and tails on the other. You pick 2 coins at random and flip them. What is the probability that both coins show heads? Solution: the only way both coins show heads is if you flip the double heads coin and the regular coin. The probability is 1/3 because there are 3 possible pairs of coins and only one pair leads to 2 heads. 9. The 7 bridges of Königsberg. In the city of Königsberg, there are 7 bridges connecting different parts of the city. The problem was to determine whether it was possible to walk across each bridge exactly once without retracing your steps. Is it possible? Solution: no, it's not possible. The solution to this puzzle laid the foundation for graph theory and the concept of Eulerian paths, which explains why it's impossible in this case. 10. The liar paradox. A man says, "I always lie." Is the statement true or false? Solution: this is a paradox. If the man always lies, then his statement must be false, which means he sometimes tells the truth. But if he sometimes tells the truth, then his statement can't always be false. The paradox creates a logical contradiction with no clear resolution. These logic puzzles are excellent tools for testing and improving your IQ. By challenging your brain to think critically and solve problems, you can hone your reasoning skills and enhance your ability to think outside the box. Keep practicing, and you'll soon find yourself solving even the toughest puzzles with ease.